So they may be in that data overload where they have too much.
I don't want to touch this anymore.
It won't let me launch for some reason. Oh, yesterday was intense. I mean, we had stuffed so much into our survey. We were worried it was going to be too long. We were worried we weren't going to get any completes. We threw in the video, but luckily we got everything overnight, and then we have data, and we're off to the races this morning.
The mood is excited, but trepidatious. You know, there's still a lot to do, but I think we'll get there in the end.
So we're using AI Storyteller to kind of give us a shortcut starting point for our deck.
This is applying to the way people are consuming now, which is your normal meats, chicken, beef, etc. But the future is there's opportunity with other formats, and that's blended or whatever else we've identified.
And the turf will validate that.
Yeah.
And we can also, if there's a scheme that we want to look at, we can force it and say, this is what that will look like.
Interesting little thing. Kind of double clicking into the blended proteins. Much more appealing to males, whereas the substitutes for females was plant-based. So males, if they had to substitute meat, it was blended proteins. Females, if they had to substitute it, it was plant-based alternatives.
We went with a strong video component, but we really have only one video that might be cut, might stay, and then those things take up a lot of time. But it would have been nice to hear more of the voice of the consumer in our presentation.
Sen said that they would eat more meat if it was cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah.
Right. So we need to create value. The client needs to create value somehow.
Right.
And we need to come up with ideas like what the most effective way of doing that would be.
It's kind of working, but it's very hard to get the tape on. That's the point. I'm the best advisor.
Drama. Why is he the best advisor? Let's take a vote. Alrighty, so day 2.
Yeah.
Day 2. How are you guys feeling?
So what is the current status of the meat industry, or how people are consuming meat, the new behaviors that we saw from our study, and then the short term fixes that the company can do, and then what's the long term trends that they could potentially explore using the data that we have.
I looked at both studies. There's a lot of overlap.
So the other team.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you guys have a few things that are quite insightful, quite meaningful for the client. They need to feel like what you're giving to them is actionable, right?
The number one idea was a benchmark in our idea screen, the traditional meat. So our number one winning idea is the bulk food purchasing. We're doing some stuff on coupons and loyalty and stuff like that. And then we have, in terms of aiming for the future, we're picking up on the blended protein.
Do you already know what your recommendations are?
Yes. Okay, that's pretty fast. Results at 9:10:07. You know what your recommendations are.
Make comment traditional meat still the biggest part of the shopping bag.
They both had a shared innovation, which was game meat. And on one project, it scored super well, and on the other project, it scored, we think.
Team Daniel included imagery, which I feel included some bias.
By imagery, what he means is, eat this game meat, cute picture of deer. Literally an adorable deer image, and it was eat game.
So they didn't test just the ideas. They had the ideas with imagery.
And some images looked delicious,
so
some of them was literally a picture of a cow. So I'm not rooting for anyone because I love all of my children equally. I want that on record. I like Team Chris's approach a little bit better.
So that's the thing. Team Chris has better research. They have a better story, but they're both tested only in their storytelling. So I get a sense that within Daniel's team, there's better people. If you give them the same script and be go on a stage, do this, They have better like stage performers. So there's basically the development of the storytelling and the kind of like the delivery of the storytelling. So we'll see who does best at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it make sense to go in order on slide 1, like how we have it outlined that way?
Slide 6. So that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Not slide. Yeah, 6.
It's not Patrick's fault. Like, some people know that they're the best. Other people need a reminder. I think
the tension that the mug creates is a healthy little
sorry,
tension.
between us or between you
us.
and the people?
Look, we're both beautiful bearded men with
That wear
great
gray shirts
style.
and blue pants.
Yeah. So I think all is good here.
Yeah.
And what's
Do
with
you
the,
want it? You
what's
wanna
with the, right, what did you coordinate?
It feels good. Hello.
Did you coordinate this morning with your outfit?
No.
We went shopping together last
No.
night.
For quality of meat, the freshness of the meat, as well as making sure that it's hormone and antibiotic free.
It ranks third among total on like a small little like sub bracket.
Who do you think is going to be the toughest critic?
I'd say it's got to be Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul Gadet, co-founder and CEO of Dig Insights, and I'll be one of the judges today.
He's going to be looking for what do I need to know, convince me of what is the story.
And Paul Gadet, you can quote me on this. I'm going to tell you this right now. Paul Gadet is a sadist, and he will just enjoy torturing us for the sake of torturing us.
Ultimately, it's going to be a matter of how do they tell that story in a cohesive way that's really compelling to me and the other judges. I'm actually nervous for them. I don't even know if I could do this in front of even just me. This is a huge moment. I think and they put in a lot of work.
Big congrats. In 24 hours, you went from not knowing what the brief was, never working in these teams before, and now you've got a almost client-ready idea, some recommendations, and hopefully you've just learned a lot, used all the tools, and felt really good about that. I believe Team Daniel was first up.
Okay, hi everyone. We're the Coupon Carnivores, and today we're going to talk about how to meet the challenge of selling meat when prices are rising.
We wanted to set up with like the persona of who we talk to.
So if you look at all the consumers, there is a pretty clear core segment of consumers who are into traditional meats. But there's also a smaller, maybe curiosity-driven group who want to try other options. And in particular, we found that the idea that has good potential is producing burgers which blend two types of protein.
So, what are our opportunities? We'll have a number of them today. One of them is selling in bulk. So, people like meat, they just want more of it. We tested our concepts in using upside idea swiping, so there's idea scores. And then we also followed up with an idea split to find out that people have high purchase likelihood of that, of 65%.
All in all, value is becoming a foundational point for the meat industry, and Prairie Farms has an opportunity to attract this market. Thank you, guys.
Hi everyone, we are Team Circa, formerly Team Chris. We're here to talk today about your concerns with meat, specifically looking at price fluctuations and how that's impacting consumers, what consumers are doing differently as a result, and what are those opportunities for Prairie Farms to take advantage of, both in the short term and in the long term.
Okay, so we're starting off with a little interactive true or false. So, true or false, what do you think the price of meat has increased over the past 5 years? Good answer. Okay, and we can just see for pork, chicken, and beef obviously being at the highest end, but increasing among all three there.
And from one click, we can kind of understand that this sentiment around the public perceptions on the cost of meat rising, it's clearly extremely negative, and we can see that 23% of social media comments do express frustration over these price fluctuations.
And we wanted to see through a heat map, what do they claim, what do consumers look for when they're shopping for their meat? And we saw that a lot of them were clicking on the meat itself and seeing if their quality is up to their standards, and seeing the ingredients, like if they're non-GMO. Are they organic? Are they grass-fed? And overall, just how fresh the meat looks.
Long story short is, yes, consumers are frustrated. They're angry at the prices of meat, but they're also smart and they're adaptable. They're changing their behaviors to accommodate the desire to consume meat that comes in the form of coupons, bulk purchasing, and freezing, primarily. Looking forward, we know that meat holds its place at the center of the table, but there's opportunity with blended cuts and focusing on fresh and sustainable meats for the future, and that's really what's going to carve things moving forward. Thank you.
Pizza's here, so if you guys want to go get some pizza, we'll leave our judges to have a little bit of a deliberation.
Any of the judges want some pizza?
Yeah, right?
It's over. Are you happy?
Am I happy it's over or happy I did it?
So you are going to be judging with Tanika and Kevin.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how that's going to go.
Okay, well, Kevin, who's been with us now for 10 years, I call him Iceman. He's very cool. He'll be judging with a straight face, but he's going to be looking specifically for, I think, the depth of insight that is going to be provided and the creativity around it. Tanika is going to be fantastic. She's coming in as a co-founder and CEO of OneClick that we just acquired. So she'll probably come in with a little bit more of that product view. How are they leveraging technology in a really efficient way to get at that depth of insight?
I really thought it was interesting the way that they both were able to use all of the tools combined to provide different perspectives. I thought this was a really great way to showcase that to the team.
Very good ideas, and like they both got to the same end results, which is where the future growth opportunities would be. But I agree, I think the story was told a little bit differently between those two.
Just there was a couple ideas in there that I thought were embedded that I was like, yeah, like that, you kind of get more excited about the way that they had presented some of those, sort of the ways that consumers might be behaving in the future.
So we're all in agreement, we've got a winner.
And unanimous decision. Yeah.
I just have to say congratulations to all you guys for doing that. That's not an easy job to do, to be able to take something so quickly, leverage the tools at your disposal, come up with a presentation, and then do it in 10 minutes is actually very stressful. So I can imagine just the last 24 hours has also been a little bit stressful, so thank you.
So yes, it was very difficult. You guys both did an amazing job. We are giving this win to Team Chris.
I won the Dig Hackathon 2025, and all I got was.
Well, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Relieved, exhilarated, glad it's over, and glad that we were able to pull out the victory.
Wow, I just can't believe that it was recognized the way that it was intended to.
Yeah, it feels good. I know we were talking a lot of smack, but at the end of the day, they motivated us to do better, and I'm glad that they did. And I think both presentations were amazing. We learned from each other, so.
It was a big ask. Just the speed at which to turn this thing around was a huge ask, much faster than we ever traditionally do anything. So super proud that we were able to accomplish that feat and do so in a quality way.
Well, we came in second place, but you know what? We tried really hard and everyone worked really hard. And I think, there was definitely a spirit of collaboration that came over us in those last minutes. And everyone really cared. We could have all been like, oh, this is a fake study. We can put in the 70% effort, and then we did the complete opposite. We put in 170% effort instead.
You can have technology solutions, but you still need somebody to try to interpret that information, to tell that compelling story, to make it actually resonate with the audience. And that does take a lot of time. That's not something that's going to be easily solvable by technology. That in-person interaction and trying to make that story a compelling one is something that technology is not just going to replace.
So there's a lot of hype around the prize for this particular event, and I think it exceeded all expectations.